Hello, I am Sophronia Scott, Director of the Alma College MFA in Creative Writing for the 21st Century, and welcome to Faculty Fridays. This is your chance to get to know some of our amazing teachers in the MFA. Today I have with me Jim Daniels. So Jim, as a writer, has authored 28 collections of poetry, 6 collections of fiction, and 4 produced screenplays. He has also edited or co-edited 6 anthologies of writing. He is a recipient of 2 fellowships from the National Endowment for the Arts and 2 from the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts. His books have won 3 Michigan Notable Book Awards, the Brittingham Prize for Poetry, the Blue Lynx Prize for Poetry, the Tilly Olson Creative Writing Award, the Milton Kessler Award, and 3 gold medals in the Independent Publisher Book Awards, among others. And his films have won many awards in film festivals around the world. Thank you for joining us today, Jim.
Thank you for having me.
So today, the question I have for you, you have an MFA, and our students thinking about applying to the program, one of the things they have to jostle with is, what will an MFA mean for them, and is it worth the time, effort, and money? So I'm just curious, what did earning your MFA mean for you in your career?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. And I think it means a little something different for everyone. But for me, when I was an undergraduate at Alma College, creative writing wasn't such a field to pursue. So there were no creative writing workshops at Alma then. And what I did is I took an independent study in creative writing all 8 semesters, which I made a pest of myself with my professor. I'd be knocking on the door at registration time, and saying, "Can we do an independent study?" But so graduate school really provided me an opportunity to be around a lot of other students who took writing as seriously as I did, and in a lot of good ways, because I think one of the things to think about if you're thinking about an MFA is, well, in terms of what you might get out of it, is, for me, the number one thing was a sense of community. And I can be more specific about that in terms of just I got my MFA in 1980 or 70, 80, yeah. And I still keep in touch with a lot of the people I went to graduate school with, including just this past weekend, I had 3 or 4 exchanges with a friend of mine who teaches out in North Dakota. And so some of us are, some of us have published a lot, some of us have published a little, but what we have is kind of a shared interest in writing and taking it seriously, and a sense what you get out of an MFA ideally is a support network for an entire lifetime. And so some of the people I share my work with now are people I went to graduate school with, and some of the people I went to graduate school with share their work with me and share their lives as well. I think a lot of times in MFA programs, you have an interesting range of ages. And because I hadn't been in any really writing workshops before, I was very eager to go get my MFA, and so I went straight through from undergraduate to graduate, which was kind of unusual. So there were people in my graduate program substantially older than me who, to be honest with you, really mentored me. And they had more experience, in terms of the publishing world, in terms of just reading my work and giving me good feedback. And so I really sort of latched onto them in addition to my professors. And I think one of the things that a faculty can do, and what I will definitely try to do in this program, is to foster that sense of community in every single workshop. it's not something you can just snap your fingers and have in the classroom. But I think it can be really destructive if you create this sense of rivalry or uh, cliques in a workshop. There really has to be the sense that we're all in this together. And uh, every workshop, one of the great things about teaching writing workshops is that every workshop is different in terms of the group dynamics and the people in it. And so at the beginning, just trying to figure out where everyone's coming from, both in terms of personality and the writing, and trying to build the bonds of trust. I think that's an important word to use in terms of getting a graduate degree, because there's a balance between being supportive and being critical. And I think it's a tricky balance, but it's one you want to try to achieve. You're not doing anyone any good by just sitting around and telling each other how great you are, though we all like to be told how great we are from time to time, and sometimes need that. But in order to improve as writers, we need to get into the critical stuff as well.
Jim, I think you've made an important delineation there, because often we think about community, and a writer might think that they can just go off and assemble a group of writers in their neighborhood, or just in their area, but somehow it doesn't always work out the same. And I'm wondering if it's because of this ongoing cultivation of community in this intense experience of the MFA program, a better chance to build trust and an understanding of what it is to give strong and critical feedback.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that one of the things that some writers don't necessarily understand at first is, being critical or analyzing other people's writing and looking for ways that might be improved. I mean, that's going to make you a better writer. And that transference, I mean, that's what the whole workshop model is based on. I think it's that through recognizing places in other people's work that can be strengthened, you begin to recognize those areas in your own work.
Yes.
And sometimes, I know a lot of people who are part of a writers group like you're talking about here, and you're right. Some of them just don't work out, and the personalities don't necessarily mesh as well as you'd like them to. And people say, well, why am I going there if I'm leaving, depressed? And
Yeah.
so having been there, in terms of, we all get discouraged with our writing and frustrated. And so I think having people to support us and to be able to root for the other people as well. So to share in their successes and share in their disappointments as well.
Yes.
And well, another thing that on a practical level that the MFA did for me is it did give me experience that in time. Time is a huge thing as well, in terms of, a lot of people who get their, particularly in low residency programs, are working at another job. And so the writing time is precious. And actually, that's one of the things I like about, writing time is always precious, but one of the things I've noticed, particularly about low res programs, is that the students really understand how precious that time is. And so they don't mail it in. Well, we do mail our packets to each other, email them, but they're invested in this way that is really important.
Yep.
Because they're making sacrifices to be there. And I think that as a faculty member, you really have to remember that at all times, that, hey, somebody's not being with their kids to be here. Someone's taking vacation time from a job to be here. It's not convenient always.
Well, Jim, thank you for sharing this with us. I'm excited about the artistic community I know that we are going to cultivate at Alma, and I'm so excited that you are a part of it.
Well, thank you. I'm really looking forward to getting started.
Yeah. So thank you to the viewers for watching this. I'm Sophronia Scott, he's Jim Daniels, and we are with the Alma College MFA in Creative Writing. To learn more about the program, you can check out our website, alma.edu/MFA. And I will see you again for another Faculty Friday. Take care.
Bye.